The Bobby J. Fowler Award is the most prestigious award presented by the International Code Council. The award honors the memory of the first chairman of the Code Council Board of Directors. The Fowler Award is presented to a leader who demonstrates integrity, professionalism, and compassion in furthering the noble cause of ICC. The 2018 Bobby J. Fowler Award is presented posthumously to Ron Burton, who received an outstanding outpouring of letters of support for Ron's nomination, and it felt it would be a great way to honor Ron's legacy in the building safety industry. Please turn your attention to the screen to learn more about the life and career of Ron Burton.
William Ronald Burton exemplified the true spirit of the Bobby J. Fowler Award. From his commitment to the International Code Council in its infancy to his help creating a single set of model codes for the U.S. and the world, Ron's immense contribution to the building safety industry will never be forgotten. Ron is remembered for dedicating his career to advancing a broader understanding of the importance of building codes and creating connections among code officials, home builders, and commercial building owners and operators. A devoted advocate for developing critical codes and standards, Ron spent nearly 30 years as an active participant in the building and construction community. He was a member of many organizations, including the Code Council, the National Institute of Building Sciences, and the National Fire Protection Association. His genuine ability to connect with people and work across organizational and industry divisions inspired many who looked to him for his professional wisdom. Ron spent 2 decades working on codes and standards for the National Association of Home Builders and then the Building Owners and Managers Association International. Through his participation on many committees and volunteer positions, Ron worked tirelessly to promote codes and standards related to energy efficiency, green buildings, accessibility, and much more. He was one of a kind, and his influence on our community is unparalleled. Ron left his mark on the building safety industry, and his legacy will continue to live on through the people he mentored, influenced, and inspired.
Ron, to you, I know that you're in a place that you should be. I think that you're looking down upon us and making sure that we're doing the right things. We're going to continue to look out for your family, for Linda, for Shelly, for your grandchildren. Ron, trust us in the fact that we will always remember you.
Here to accept the award is Ron's wife, Linda Burton, accompanied by their daughter, Shelly Burton Rebraca. Please join me in welcoming Linda and Shelly.
Okay, I hope I can do this. Can you hear me? I was talking a few weeks ago with Dave Collins about coming to the meeting and this wonderful award for Ron. And in the conversation, I told him that I still had the gate. And he said, "You have the gate?" I said, "Yes, I have the gate." And he started laughing, and his wife Sarah started laughing, and I started laughing. And he said, "You have to bring the gate." So here we are. We drove down together yesterday. In the meantime, I asked Dave, what are we going to do with the gate at the meeting? And he said, well, I'd like for you to make some comments at the banquet. And I said, well, there'll be a few comments because I'm not completely sure of the whole story. He said, don't worry, I'll take care of it. So that evening, I got a script. Thanks, Dave. So I'm going to try to read this script and not bore you, and I hope you will find the story as amusing as Dave Collins did. So, this is Dave Collins' words now. No. Yes, this is Dave. No. This is Dave, just for a short one. Dave says, one of the many objects that Ron kept for all these years is this broken gate. I'm not quite sure why he had it, so I reached out to some of my elderly friends, specifically Jim Seeley, as many of you know, and asked for some explanation. He was kind enough to forward this account from Ed Borstein. Okay, no more Ed, now it's Ed. No more Dave, now it's Ed Borstein. All right. We were returning from a dinner for the entire IRC drafting committee, hosted by the Southern Nevada Home Builders. It was a rainy night in Vegas. We were all in Ron's rental minivan. It was raining so hard, Ron couldn't see. So he followed the car in front of him into a parking lot, which turned out to be the employee parking lot. As they went through the gate came slamming down on top of the minivan that he was in. He just kept on going. That's what my husband always do. He just kept on going. So they didn't look back to see if there was any damage to the van, to the gate. They just parked, went up to their rooms, went to bed, and went back to work the next day. So after, Andy Catano and I were still in Ed Borstein's voice. Andy Catano and I came up with the idea to send a bill plus a broken gate to Ron. I asked the building maintenance people at the high-rise I worked at in Westwood if they had a broken gate. At the time, they did not, so they gave me a brand new one. I used the street curb to break it and send it to Andy. He did the hotel name lettering, and it's great artwork, don't you think? Good job, Andy. We were going to give it to Ron at one of the Washington, D.C. code meetings, but forgot that the vice president was going to be speaking, and Secret Service was in the house. Andy returned from his morning run and got the gate out of his car. It was wrapped in a large, long, brown tube. What do you think? A bazooka or a sniper's rifle? What would you think? Anyway, he took it in the hotel somehow and asked the bellman to deliver it during the meeting to Ron. Ron called me that evening after that meeting and was laughing uproariously and told me about what had happened during the meeting. I believe he was the one that was speaking at the time. Someone else probably knows better, but we're going to go with that story. So the bellman walks into the room during the meeting, and Ron was a little bit upset because he was coming in and interrupting. And he said, I have a package to deliver to Ron Burton. So Ron looked at him. He would just motion for him to put it down. He would get to it later. And the bellman said, I was asked to deliver this package directly to Ron Burton. So Ron walked over and took the package again, put the package down. He was going to deal with it later. But the room went crazy. And all these people in there were saying, open the package. We want to know what's in there. Show us what you got. He knew then something was up. So he opened the package, and everybody got a big kick out of it. He read the artificial bill from the Hilton Hotel for all the damage that he had done. And when he called me that night to tell me what all had gone on, I said, well, so it must have been a really good meeting. And he said, yeah, it was. It was a great day. But he said, you know what the best thing about the day was? I said, what? He said, the Secret Service never showed up. So Ed Borstein said he wishes he had known about Ron receiving this award, and he knew that he is deserving and would be very honored. And honored as we are. We were very thrilled, shocked, surprised, but it's so wonderful to know that he's still in everyone else's hearts and not just ours. Thank you so much for this. All right, wonderful. Pictures of us with our flowers? Please. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Let's see.
See you next. Okay.
Thank you and congratulations, Linda. And thanks to you and Shelly for making a special trip to join us tonight.